This week we will be discussing the Spanish-American War. The LEQ is what were the reasons for the United States taking control of new territories as a result of the Spanish-American War. Here are some facts that you need to know about the war. In 1890, Spain's overseas empire had been reduced to Cuba, the Philippines, Puerto Rico, and a few smaller islands. The Cubans rebelled against Spain and declared their independence in 1895. Spain sent troops to Cuba to crush the rebellion. They used brutal methods to repress the uprising, and the United States became concerned because of the reports in newspapers. This is something called yellow journalism. This deliberately sensationalized the news, making it seem worse than it really was. On February 15, 1898, the Maine, a U.S. ship, was blown up on the shores of Cuba, killing 260 people. Yellow journalism caused Americans to assume that Spain did the bombing. President McKinley asked Congress to declare war on Spain. For all of the reasons above, they did. It was also an opportunity for America to demonstrate their power in the world. In 1898, the United States sent troops to Cuba and the Philippines to fight a war against Spain. Many Americans wondered whether the United States had a right to extend its power into colonial lands. Others saw it as an opportunity for the United States to advance as a world leader. Theodore Roosevelt, who at this time wasn't president, led a group of U.S. soldiers in Cuba called the Rough Riders. They were made up of college athletes, cowboys, Native Americans, gold prospectors, and people like that. Their rough appearance and capabilities on horseback earned them the title Rough Riders. In addition to the Spanish-American War, we're also going to talk about the annexation of several territories. Our LEQ added on to this lesson are what were the reasons for the United States taking control of new territories as a result of the Spanish-American War. You might be wondering what annexation means. Annexation means an addition. So, when we discuss an annexation of a particular territory, we're talking about taking it over and adding it to the land the United States has already. Hawaii. Hawaii was a good stopping point on the way to the markets in China, so a revolt was led in Hawaii and the businessmen overthrew the Hawaiian king in 1893. The Philippines. The Philippines were also a set of islands in the Pacific Ocean that made a good location for accessing the markets in China and other countries in Asia. We also need to discuss the Panama Canal. Here you can see a map. Here's the United States. Here's Texas. We're right around here. Here's the country of Mexico. Here's the Panama Canal located right here. So it's actually a strip of land right here, and the canal goes through where ships could get in and out. Here's another map in a way that you can see the Panama Canal right here. The United States played a significant role in a revolution in Panama. Since the time of the California Gold Rush, it was evident that Americans wanted a quick ocean route from the east to the west. The desire to expand trade with the Far East intensified this desire. President Theodore Roosevelt offered Colombia. Instead of our South Carolina capital, we're actually talking about the country of Colombia. which controlled the Isthmus of Panama. Money for the right to build a canal. Colombia rejected the offer. A few people from Panama organized a bloodless revolution that was supported by American gunboats and later signed an agreement with the United States. They allowed the United States to lease the isthmus and actually build the canal. Here you can see a picture at the bottom of a picture of present day Panama Canal. You can see right here, this is a place where ships can go in and out. The building of the Panama Canal allowed American commercial and warships to travel from the Atlantic to the Pacific more quickly and contributed to America's commercial and military might and to its image as a world power.